on here, man. That's what was happening. They're just shitty. Hello, Batu Hunterman. Yay, I get my first chat. Awesome. I can't chat back to you. I can't even make a polly. Go to channel report remove. Hi, 5 people in chat. Good morning, good morning. Buenos dias. As you can tell, I am off fucking schedule today. I woke up late. Actually, what happened was I woke up early at about 7 a.m. There was a cat pawing at my door because there was a little stream of sunlight that streamed in right next to where the door was, and so she could see it underneath the doorway, underneath the door jamb, and so she was pawing at it like and that's not conducive to healthy sleep. When you have a cat pawing at your doorway, that'll wake you up. So that woke me up and messed with my schedule. Hello, Solar Wind. Hello, Andre Jabba. Yo, morning. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, everyone. I hope you're doing well. I hope that you can hear me effectively. Yo, morning tea. Damn, it just keeps... God, it's fucked. The mobile YouTube is not great. Maybe I need, like, OBS... mobile or some shit. I don't know what to do. Anyway, I wanted to bring the thing outside today because frankly I have to sit out in the sun. It's the thing that I do when I wake up, and I also woke up at almost exactly 10. So came to a bit of a conundrum, which is that I have to do the daily brew and also I have to sit in the sunlight first thing in the morning, and doing both seemed impossible. But is it? Is it impossible to sit outside in the morning and do the sunlight thing and also do the daily brew? Should I use that as an excuse to not do any of the things that I'm supposed to do? Well, I could, but I decided not to, and I decided to just get the damn phone and get a damn tripod out and go and take it downstairs and sit here and do the damn daily brew. So hi. The sound is fine, BTW. Good, I'm glad. I'm using the Bluetooth headphones for that purpose. So I'm glad. In future, I actually have the Rode Wireless Go headphones. So in the future, I'll be able to use those. Not headphones, microphones. In the future, I'll be able to use those effectively and get you a better sound quality as we are on the move. Hello, Meow. Come here. Come here. Get in frame, you dingus. Get in. Hello, this is a cat. This is a cat. Hello. Okay, all right. She does not like being held. She really hates it. She likes hard scritches and just getting fucked up by attention, but she does not like being held. I'm staring at you with only exactly one eye open because the sun is over there, dude. The owl light in the sky, the birdie place is over there. Oh, all right. I'm gonna go stand in the sunlight, so I'm gonna bring the phone with me. I'm not gonna leave y'all behind. And I'm gonna start to do some of my Gata stuff, my mace warm-up stuff. In just a moment. Hello, Hixar. Hello. My eyes are acclimating to the brightness in general. To be clear, I want to be clear about something. Coming out and sitting in the sunlight, very nice, very enjoyable. I love the warmth and stuff. However, it is extremely painful. I have bright blue eyes, and I have very sensitive eyes, and so it has always been the case for me that when going outside, if there are any white or light colored objects outside, I'm blinded. I can't look around, and that's the price you pay for better visual sensitivity and visual acuity, I think. Regardless, it's bad, and so coming out here in the sunlight and intentionally sitting in the sunlight is a pretty bad time. It's not the most fun thing in the world. All right, Meow, you trying to go inside? Want to go inside? There you go. Go on, get after it. Okay. All right, so I've got this. Do you use SPF when out in the sun, T? So there's an issue with that. Is that I used to, and I haven't for a while, and that's sort of silly because I do have. I'll just mention this right here, and right here, and then up my forearms. I've got some nomas. I've got some precancerous moles that I'm quite scared of, and I've got a dermatologist appointment to go and check them out for the first time soon. So that's an issue. So I need to use SPF. However, and this is the thing that's difficult. There are some compounds in certain SPF sunscreens that I don't like at all, that are easily and rapidly linked to as much change as the sun itself. So I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure what to do. At the moment, I have not been using SPF sunscreens, and probably should and might die because of that, but we shall see. I have to do more research. So thank you for bringing it up. It's like the most, probably the most important thing that I ignore on a frequent basis is sunscreen. So I gotta be careful with that. Starting with, and I'm not trying to be like chemical paranoid. Do you burn or cook in the sun? Both. Mostly, both. But I am fair. I'm fair. I'm light skinned. With like Russian Polish heritage and like Scottish heritage. So most of my ancestors have not done well with direct sunlight, and I am no exception. All right, I'm gonna take the take the mace out, and let's get cracking. Hello. So you guys also get to see a little bit of my backyard, which is quite a nice place to be. I like this location quite a bit. Let me see if I can find a good spot for this, where you can see what I'm about to get up to and how I'm about to get it. Let's see. Can you see the fireplace? Okay, you can see the fireplace. You can see the child's chair that's on there. Now touch grass. My guy Hickstar. I'm standing on grass. I'm standing on grass, motherfucker. And I'm barefoot. I am barefoot on grass. What do you think I'm doing? Huh? You think I don't know it? You think I don't know it? You gotta touch grass to get ass. That's what it is. That's how it is. He's done it. He's really fucking done it now. He's really fucking done it now. All right, so you can see me? Okay, you can sort of see me. That's good. So this is the 10-pound gata, or the 10-pound mace. Unfortunately, the rapidity of the camera won't be great. And then the primary motion with this bad boy is to hold it back here and let it sink in. And I've been doing a lot of work on my shoulders, specifically on my left shoulder at the moment has been the problem. Big problem. And it continues to be such. Ow. 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 So my shoulders are actually popping on each pendulum swing at the moment, which is balls. Oh, my sternum popped. Oh, my other shoulder popped. Pop. Just this absolutely ruins my day in the best fucking possible way. Oh, fudge. Just that, man. Just that is enough to be the start of a workout. Seriously, this thing is amazing. The fact that it is imbalanced and heavy means that just doing this, for example, it's some of the hardest shit. It's some of the hardest shit I've ever done. Is just hold this angle like this. Oh, God, fudge monkeys. Hold on, I see some chats. What you got? What? What? I would not like to have two. That's too much for me right now. One is all set. Thank you though. That is Null Wraith, my roommate, who I've mentioned before. Okay, so the YouTube mobile thing sucks dicks and balls because I can't see. Could somebody send me any chat, just any chat, so that the chat will pop up and I can see the damn chat? Any chat, please. Can I get one chat? There we go. So, what's the poll today? Does the tight shorts not irritate you? He's done it. He's the real deal. Yo, Dot. Okay, great. So I can see all of it now. Venus, indeed. So what's the poll today? So that's the problem, Hixar. I can't make a fucking poll because the thing is balls. I can't pull up the chat on my own. Is the issue. I had a poll. So the poll was this. I was going to ask you guys, and so I'll just ask you to answer in chat instead, which is actually going to work better anyway because that's going to bump chat chat speed. You can. How, Cyber Joker? How? Tell me how, because I can't do it. I haven't been able to. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, basically, which is always the case, by the way. Waiting for the how. Anyway, what I was going to ask people, press on the chat icon once to disable it and then enable it again. Dude, when I press on the chat icon, it just gives me the three options for top chat, live chat, all chat. Top chat, live chat, none. It when I'm streaming, when I'm in the streaming portion of the app, it's different. It's different. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? When I pull up the app, it's just here. I can't get it. I can't get chat at all. Hold on. Press on the chat icon. So still nobody has said anything. Anyway, my question, my poll for the day, question for the day is, and somebody can repeat this if you want to type it out into chat so that other people can see it. I would really appreciate that because I can't do it at the moment. My question for the day is, what are you trying to buy during Black Friday? What are you going for? What do you need? I mean, really think about it, because you're going to get, over the course of today, if it hasn't already happened, you're going to get bombarded with enough advertisement and deals. Thank you, Samyak. And deals to totally empty you out, right? Regardless of how much money you have, they're going to try and take all of it. So what are you trying to buy? What do you actually need? No Black Friday here? Yeah, but you can still get your ass onto like online deals and stuff, you know? You can still benefit from some of the stuff. But regardless, I understand. QOTD, what are you trying to what are you trying to buy during Black Friday? I'm probably going to buy a keyboard and a Kindle. Nice. When you say a keyboard, you don't mean like a keyboard for key typing, not like not a music keyboard, because I'm trying to buy a music keyboard for the child. I want to buy him a nice mechanical keyboard. Nice. I just purchased a mechanical keyboard for myself because my old one broke. My old one was quite nice, actually. It was a Red Dragon, and it was fine, actually. It was quite cheap. Some Jojo Mango volumes. Nice. I want an Apple Watch, but not sure if I need it or not. So that's an issue. The answer is that you don't need it, but you might want it. And there's a difference between needing and wanting, but if you can find a thing that you want enough, then go for it. Have you played piano before? I took piano lessons for a couple of years, yeah. I fell away from music. I shouldn't have, but I fell away. Some JoJo manga volumes, the Apple Watch. Those are good ones. Literally nothing. A bunch of people talking about how it's online, so it's very expensive. That makes sense. Makes sense to me. Let me put this further away. Oh yeah, somebody asked about the shorts being irritating. These shorts are not at all irritating, nor are they terribly tight. Exactly. They're actually relatively loose. However, yeah, these are see, they're quite not tight. These are not like compression shorts or anything. There's plenty of room to them. And they're all cotton. I don't need any junk right now, so I'd probably get some food. Is it count? It is count. It count, I guess. I'm trying to get a mic so I can start a manga discussion channel. What's your budget range? Because I've been in the purchasing microphones game for a little while. So a sick winter jacket, but it's not that cold. Ooh, nice. If you can get wool, get wool. Just saying. Wool and cotton are where it's at when it comes to those sorts of things. Ow, 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 ow. They were wrapped around your thighs very well, lol. Yeah, that absolutely happens. They ride up. It's totally fine. These are by far the best shorts that I've found, and over the past weeks since I have owned them, I have washed them like 8 times because I keep not wanting to wear anything different to the gym. I just don't know about Kindle, since the whole appeal of Kindle is to have a device just for reading with no distractions, but do I really need a new device for that kind of thing, is my question for me. I don't understand why you are hurting from just doing this, because it's my shoulders, and my shoulders are fucked. And in this case, I'm allowing it to stretch. I'm allowing it to stretch my entire tricep, my whole chest and pec, and my lat out completely by letting it hang off in a fully extended position back in here, with the weight down here pulling down on me. And my shoulder is fucked long term, and I've been working on unfucking it for quite a while, and it's really hard. Can we load CBZ files on a Kindle? You can. As far as I know, you can. I have owned a Kindle. I think they're great. I do like real books more. I do really like real books. For manga on a Kindle, that might be harder. I might be incorrect then. You very well may not be able to. I would look into that. You need to look that up. A cheap USB piano. Yeah, man, get a cheap USB piano. I saw like an Alesis 32 key, like not a bad piano. It was like $28 yesterday. Timbo. I mean really, it was like 28 fucking bucks. It's just easy. Let's see, a jacket. Don't need any junk, so I'd probably get some food. Very good. I'm trying to get a mic so I can start a manga discussion channel. Right, Iggy. I wanted to talk to Iggy. Cheap to mildly expensive. Okay, I don't know what that means, because cheap to somebody who makes $100,000 a year is very different from cheap to cheap for somebody who makes 20 grand a year. You know, I'm talking, what's your price range? Are you trying to pay under $50, under $100, under $300? Because I got mics for a couple of those price ranges. Well, I'll just tell you this, I'll ask you this. Do you have an audio interface? Because that's another $100-ish that you need to shell out if you want an XLR-style microphone as opposed to a direct USB mic, which is a bit of a problem. I mean, I like the real thing. 100 to 500. Okay, cool. Do you have an audio interface? You want one. You should have one. It's the way to go if you want to do this seriously. You need an audio interface instead of going direct USB, because the USB mics will always be... Is a USB mic not good enough? It is not. It is not. In very few instances will a USB mic be good enough. Okay, Iggy, then you need an audio interface, and you need a mic. My favorite combo of those to recommend to people... My favorite combo to recommend to those people is the Scarlett Solo, which is okay. It's not the best thing in the world, but it's cheap, and it works. And I have one, and it works. It works fine. I'm going to replace it with a much more expensive unit. But to be clear, the Scarlett Solo has been my daily driver audio interface for 2 years now or something. So I'm not a fan, and they're relatively inexpensive. As for the mic, I would recommend the Audio-Technica AT897R, which is a short shotgun condenser. Your MG reactions are hard to get through because of the sheer length of them. I got stuck on the 10th episode. That's rough. I understand, and I'm working on it. You'll see that there's more fluctuation in the length as you go along. It's just hard. Luckily, my parents are going to help me out too, so I'll check that out. Good. Yeah, fair enough. I got them, they rock. What are you talking about, Yagi? Which thing are you talking about? I just don't know the context of what you mean. All right, back to... What's the name of the mic again? So it's an Audio-Technica... The mic and interface. Nice, yeah. Audio-Technica is the company, and it's their short shotgun model, which is to compete with Sennheiser, but it is the AT897R. AT897R is the microphone. That was my daily driver microphone before I had the Shure SM7B. And so you can go back and you can listen to all the audio quality that I was dealing with, and it's great. It's really solid. How's the weather out today? It's lovely today. It's super nice. You can see that it's glorious and sunny. It's warm too. So happy days. All right, I'm gonna do slightly more stuff. So this is something else, is to find the balance point back in here. Ow. And then I'm trying to keep it. Oh. Three. All right. Yeah.
Can we get milk for Elijah?
Huh?
Can I get milk for Elijah?
Yeah, of course. Por supuesto. Yep, my left shoulder just does not work. You can see how different it is. Ow. Okay. All right, chat, what we got? What you got, boys? What you got, lads? All right, the mic and interface been paused. Man, I wish it was still summer here. It's like 3C outside right now. Wow, yeah. 3C greater than 25C? I don't know, maybe. What was the most challenging reaction series you have done or are doing? Probably Monogatari. Tatami Galaxy's up there. But it depends on what you mean by challenging. I mean, just getting through it, Goblin Slayer, because I really didn't enjoy it.
Oh, excuse me.
So it's what do you mean by difficult? Challenging in terms of content? Monogatari, probably. Tatami Galaxy's up there. You know, if I were to watch some of the Yuasas, those would be pretty challenging. Most intellectually challenging, Monogatari, probably. Maybe Symphogear. How much of Monogatari do you still remember? I don't know, because I don't know. How would I know how much I remember if I don't? How would you know? That's an impossible question to answer, isn't it? Because you don't know what you've forgotten. But I remember, to some extent, I think I remember it all. You know, it's all embedded in me to some degree. It's not gone. How much Monogatari have you watched? What do you fucking think, Samyak? All of it. You can just go to my channel and see all of the reactions. It's all there. Yeah, my bad. It's not your bad. It's an interesting question. It's good. It's good. It's just I don't have an answer for you. Is Monogatari a good show to recommend for a first anime? No. You like Monogatari, but it makes me sad you only watched the first episode of Katanagatari. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's a reasonable thing to feel. I don't have anything against Katanagatari. I just have to put it on a new poll or something, or have people clamoring for it enough. See, there's a chunk of musculature in the back of my shoulder. Will you react to the Mushoku Tensei OVA? Yeah, I will. I was supposed to do it on Wednesday. I just didn't get to it. And then I didn't get to Gundam yesterday because it was fucking Thanksgiving. And we'll see what I get to today because all of my roommates and friends have the day off. And so it's quite difficult to not hang out with people when you get the opportunity on a holiday to hang out with some people that you care about. It's hard to not do that.
Fuck you, no.
And I hear one of them going, "Fuck you." What, do you have the day off?
I
Okay. I don't think that they can hear you because I'm using headphones for the mic. But I'll let them know. My roommate said "fuck you." In regard to hanging out with people, I think is the context. Regardless, we can hear him. Good. Okay, that's great. I'm actually happy with that. I'm planning on getting new boots for work Black Friday since I need them. My other ones are falling apart. Very good. Yeah, boots are crucially important. In a previous brew, you said you were interested in doing a rewatch of a show. Any more thoughts on which one you might do? Well, yes, I've mentioned before the show that I most want to rewatch at the moment is probably Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. FMAB is the show to rewatch as far as I'm concerned. It's the show that has the most compelling mythologies and the biggest fan base. And the most people to reach in terms of an interesting mindset on the piece of media. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. So when it comes to a rewatch, that's the kind of thing that I would like to rewatch. There has been some desire for like rewatches of some of the shows that I've watched on this channel already, or on the Tiabu channel already, namely, well, Symphogear, of course, and also some discussion around Lane as a rewatch, which I would like to do. What's your favorite Ghibli movie? That's a good idea. Oh, Plebe Fishes says, what was that USB piano again? Just look on Amazon for their Black Friday deals for USB pianos. Or go on Zzound, Z-Z-Z, or Z-Z-O-U-N-D. Like sound, but with two Z's. Zzounds. Because Zzounds has zero interest payment plans that are really helpful. So if you're, if you've got $100, if you got $100 and you need a $300 microphone in order to start your career, Zzounds can help you, as long as you're not fucking yourself. Don't go into debt like an idiot. The piano, however, that I was looking at was Alesis, A-L-E-S-I-S. However, in general, I would recommend Yamahas and Casios as quality pianos if you need a piano, By the way, fixing your hip flexibility and ankle flexibility allows you to sit like a human being, which is to say in a squat. And it's the best thing in the world. It's so nice. All of the Russians and Poles understand this completely because they just sit in a deep squat all the time. And we Americans don't really do it no more. Do some push-ups. Fuck you. Fuck you. And the boat you rode in on. I'm set, man. I've got this thing for shoulder work. Yeah. Russians and Southeast Asians. Yeah. 100%. 100%. Well, there's no chair. If there's no chair, you need somewhere to sit. And so you sit on your heels. You sit on your own anatomy. Like a human has for a long time. Filthy humans. Filthy humans. Okay, so question of the day is still, for anybody new who has arrived, who has missed it, question of the day is still, what are you attempting to accomplish or acquire on Black Friday? Today, it is a day when, in certain Western countries at least, when you can acquire things that you would be unable to acquire otherwise for discounts. And it's very easy to get sucked along and just buy a bunch of crap. So I want to ask some people what they're trying to accomplish. Oh yeah, Ari asked me what is my favorite Ghibli movie. That's a tough one. The bland and simple answer is Spirited Away. But I was talking about Ghibli movies with a friend and how each of them has a really interesting conflict in them. Because we were talking about some other grander systemic things, and I mentioned, well, that's the story of Princess Mononoke. Princess Mononoke is civilization versus nature versus wild, or industry versus wild, and the whole idea is that, like, well, you come from a society, and then there's a nature thing, and then you, as the individual in the interim, are the one who decides what to integrate from nature and what to dangerous, chaotic nature, and what to integrate from dangerous, destructive industry. So that's pretty cool. And I was thinking about it again. I was like, what are the other things? It's like, well, Spirited Away is dreams versus reality in a lot of ways. as a central tension, or that's a Matthew Colville idea, as a central tension or a basic conflict. It's like dreams versus reality in Spirited Away, and that's pretty cool. And I was thinking about Howl's Moving Castle as potentially something along the lines of like isolation versus socialization, like individualism versus community, something along those lines, but I'm not sure. And then, of course, my friend chimed in to say that Howl's Moving Castle is also about dodging the draft and a whole bunch of other stuff, so cultural references. What do I think of? I'm not going to answer that question, Samyak. I like some of his stuff. His book, Maps of Meaning, is fundamental to my worldview. I don't like the fact that he's canceled. Because it makes it impossible for me to effectively talk about him without engaging in a bunch of conflict that I don't want to engage in, and which I actually think is irrelevant to the discussion at hand. So that's my answer to you, Samyak. It's a hard answer to give, because to give any answer is to paint myself with the same brush that he is painted with, which is to say, like an alt-right, highly conservative, anti-trans brush, and that brush doesn't fit me at all. And it doesn't fit him as far as I can tell, but it doesn't matter. People don't give a shit what you actually say. They'll give a shit what they hear. And it's something that I'm learning over the past couple of weeks as I start to speak honestly, is that people don't hear what you say ever. They hear exactly what they think you're going to say. And it's the hardest thing that I've come up against, is that as articulate and effective as a speaker as I am, and I'm a relatively effective speaker compared to a lot of people, I run into the wall continuously that regardless of how carefully I word my speech, others will interpret and misinterpret it through their own lenses and frameworks and cannot see it as otherwise. It's like if you have a fully red pair of glasses on, even if you look at something green, it doesn't look green to you. It looks black. It looks like nothing. And that's how it feels. You're not wrong about what you just said. Well, yeah, I don't know. I can see that on Discord. Yeah, it happens constantly. It happens all the time. And it's really, truly... I'm not going to get into it, man. I'm not going to get into it, because getting into the cancel ideas is not effective. Go do your own research. Go listen to what the human being says, actually. And I'd really recommend avoiding listening to what other people say about other people, and instead listening to what they say, period. And how they act, period. And what they do. It's really important, because, well, just the other day, I'll give you a story, and he can hear it. I'll give you a story. It was just the other day. I still don't understand the hate that he apparently gets online. I had no idea, TBH. Yep. People are not looking for an answer, but something to justify their own opinion. Agreed. Well, okay, so just the other day, I was talking with two of my friends, and one of them goes, "Yeah, I went and I watched that new movie with that, what's that guy's name? You know, Star-Lord in the Guardians movie." And we're like, "Okay, Chris Pratt." And one of my friends, completely well-meaning, he can hear me, completely well-meaning, goes, "Oh, funny thing about Chris Pratt, he's a homophobe." And so we both go, "Oh shit, that's terrible. No, I don't want to know that. I didn't want that to be true, obviously." And then I took a step back and I went, whoa. Okay, so you just said a thing about a person, and the way you said it, and the fact that you believe it, and the fact that I trust you, means that it's going to completely alter my perspective on another human being without direct knowledge. I have no idea, personally, whether that's true about Chris Pratt. So first off, let's go and do some research. And we did some research. There's very little indication that it might be true. The only indication is that there's a loose association with a church that he has gone to once or twice. And to be clear, I don't care. I'm not trying to defend the guy. I don't give a shit. What I give a shit about is, it's really easy to, in a conversation, somebody comes up and you just say, "Oh, that person, they're canceled, they're a bigot, they're a homophobe, they're a monster, they're anti-trans, they're this, they're that," and you've dismissed the whole person and everything that they've done, and you have materially altered the perspective of others on all of their work, all of their artistic work, and media work and persona and everything forever. Because now, in your mind, Pratt would be tainted in your brain. He's wrong and bad. And so your view on Star-Lord shifts, regardless of whether it's true. So I feel like we gotta be a little bit more careful with this cancel shit. You know, it's just like I brought it up before, and people don't like that I keep bringing it up. It's just like the Kellogg's thing. There's this myth that Kellogg's cornflakes were invented to stop masturbation because they were bland, and it's like that's not quite it. That's not quite it. You do not care about the person, you care about the ideas they preach. Well, first off, I don't like the word preach that you use here. I don't like that very much. The first thing that I enjoy is the things that they do. I care about what people do, like what they actually physically, materially do with their time and energy and effort and being. Because as far as I can tell, belief ain't shit. Professing belief ain't shit. It doesn't do anything. Not even the littlest bit. You say, I'm a Christian. Like, what does that even mean? It just means you think you're going to go to heaven regardless of what you do? Fuck off, right? Like, you shall know them by their works. Yes, Bissus, exactly. But knowing them by their works is exactly it. Watching what people do is important. And then if they teach, do they teach the same thing that they act? That's really important. Do they act out their teachings? So for example, here's one. I'm going to bring it to my existence and my work. I am trying to teach people that heading toward and embracing pain and difficulty and chaos is the necessary prerequisite for success or being in any sort of coherent way. I'm trying to teach that, something like it, in a complicated notion. And I'm teaching it because I've learned it from Gurren Lagann, mostly. What are some good beginner-friendly mythology media coming from a non-Christian environment? I have no idea. I don't know. Well, here's the question is, what are your myths? What are your cultural myths? Because seeking them out in Christianity probably isn't the move for you. What were your cultural myths, if any? And were they, did you live in a purely secular household? If so, then that might be it. But going to your real roots, the roots of your culture and where your family's roots would have been if they hadn't thrown them away, might be the way. You can start with Homer if you'd like. Yeah, the Iliad and the Odyssey ain't bad myths, but they're not exactly accessible ones either. I actually think that my favorite I'll tell you this. What are some good beginner-friendly mythology media? Gurren Lagann, Kill la Kill, Evangelion. Those are the best beginner-friendly mythology media. Furikuri, FLCL, Furikuri, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Clueless when it comes to the use of mythology integrated it into Western media. The problem is that when the chat comes up, it fades, so I can only see the first sentence and read through that as I'm going. That's what's going on here. I tried to read your whole sentence. So you're trying to understand how they integrate into Western mythologies. I would say Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, or yeah, those anime are so good. Oh, actually, no, that's it. Disney movies. That's simple. Disney movies. You can scroll. No, Cyber Joker, I can't scroll. It fades. I see the chat. It's over me. It's not separated. When you're streaming, the chat circumstance is completely different. When you're on this end of the streaming, it's completely different. I am atheist humanist. Me too, man. Me too, which is odd because people are like, well, you're professing all these religious beliefs. Yeah, but I'm an atheist humanist. I don't believe in a big man in the sky. I'm a magnetist. Yes, you can scroll even when no, I can scroll, but I can't make it come up. So when it fades away, it stays faded away. Read the Hoseki no Kuni manga for a great Buddhist mythology. 100%. Because Big Man in the Sky isn't God. I know that, Bissus. I know that, but nobody else does. And you'd be wrong in saying that that's not the way most people think of God. Because the religious institutions have done a shit poor job of explicating that God is magnetism, which is actually what's going on as far as I can tell. And also, I hate even using the God. How about unity? Fuck God. See, God is a colored word. It's like what I was saying before, where you say things that you hope that people will mean. where you say things that you hope people will mean. Roman idolatries, I have no patience for that. What? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Explain. Instead of using words that only you understand, explain yourself, business. Magnetism, can you elaborate? Magnetism is the grand ordering force of the universe. Its alternative and opposite is gravity. Magna gravity together form unity duality. We are in a simulation. God is the director or programmer. No, too thin. Too thin, Cyper Joker. That's not thick enough. That's not deep enough. Space-time? Yeah, it's related. Of course, it's related. But I mean, literally, the ordering force of the universe that has manifested in life is magnetism. It's the linking of opposites. It's the binding of alternates, of dualities. Because it's duality into non-duality. In the beginning, there were two. There was darkness and there was light. And darkness and light made a deal. They struck a deal as hostile brothers. They struck a deal to determine whether being should be or not. And darkness said, no, chaos should be and emptiness. And light said, yes, being should exist. And together, they forged reality, a place of being bound by chaos. For me, duality is a Slipknot song. Yep. What's the problem in a super advanced PC that runs our world? Okay, but it's not a super advanced PC. It is the world itself. They're the same thing. Then how did the super advanced computer come to be? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Once we get down to the Big Bang, it becomes an unanswerable. I'm still waiting for a response from Bissus regarding Roman idolatries. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? You just drop that and say you have no patience for it and then disappear. I'd really like an explanation of any kind. Because I wrote something. Well, I didn't see it. I don't see it at all. I saw it. Because Big Man in the Sky isn't God, lol. So you'd be right. Roman idolatries, I have no patience for that. And then that's it. What? You went right past it? Dude, what are you talking about? I see no other chats from you until I wrote something. You went right past it. Your chat didn't go through, man. Your chat did not go through. It didn't send. Well, or it contains a word that got filtered, or it contains a link. That's why I'm asking, man, because it didn't show up. So this is one of those things where you're like, oh, I totally said the thing. It's like, you did, you might have, but I didn't get it. So it doesn't exist to me. It literally might as well not exist at all. Just rough. I saw it. Fuck off. God. Damn it, Hixar. How did you see it? Why are you so special? Why are you so special? Do you like chess? I do like chess. Do you want a screenshot? How am I going to get it? Why is it getting filtered, lol? I don't know. Could you just post it again, Bissus? I've switched my... Yeah, I just... Matt TTRGL, I just switched it. So I just switched it. I think I was supposed to have it on there anyway, but I messed up. Bissus, if you could post it again so that I can interact with you, I'd really appreciate that. It's probably getting tagged for some... I don't know, man. God became the reactionary force that accuses. Okay. Personally, I like the Lovecraftian old gods. To maintain the ascendancy, became the reactionary force of the Roman Empire that accuses to maintain the ascendancy of the Roman Empire. Okay. Oh, so you mean okay? I'll let you finish instead of assuming what you mean. But I'm going to assume that you're down the line of authoritarian perversion of theology in order to maintain systems of power. Something along those lines, right? What do you think of postmodernism, T? Well, I think that the ability to critique anything is quite useful. It's a battle between interpretation. Fundamentally, it's a problem of reading. By the way, Business, are you Russian Orthodox? Like, where are you from, in terms of your traditional background, Christianity-wise? Because you keep coming up with a pretty effective and at least useful for one interpretation or one framework interpretations and viewpoints on certain theologies. And so I'd like to know where your backing is. I was raised atheist and became Christian at 17. Okay, fair enough. So you're self studied. S. Alam asked, what are you exercising with? This is a mace bell or a gada. It's a 10-pound. It's a 10-pound mace. Raised atheist and became Christian. So yeah, so self-studied. Cool. What do you think of postmodernism? I'll come back to this question because I think it's quite important. Obviously, postmodernism is a big fucking umbrella. Samyak asks, where did you get the mace? I got it off of Amazon. It's the brand is Yes for All, Yes for ALL. I just typed in weighted mace and I looked around and I was shocked by how cheap they were, so I bought one because I wanted one and it's been the bombest thing that I've ever purchased for my health. What do you think of postmodernism? So postmodern theory is very useful for certain kinds of criticism and for breaking down interpretations of genre and labeling and identification and identity. That said, postmodernism as a foundation for a theory of understanding the world doesn't work because you start dissolving your understanding of the world completely. It's what you end up doing with postmodernism. How many things you've broken accidentally whilst using the mace? Just the mace. You saw me on the fireplace earlier. I have dinked the fireplace, the stone, and that's got a dink on the mace. Otherwise, I haven't shattered anything or broken anything. I've been quite careful. So that's been working. Yeah, I think he said it was about 110. No, I will not say a number. I don't remember how fast my WPM is. I just know that I'm relatively fast. I'm not slow, I would say. I'm a full touch typer. Ignore the 110. That is probably not correct. I do not know that that's correct. Postmodernism is something that 95% of people have strong opinions over it, haven't actually read anything of that school of thought. 100%. Yeah. Well, the foolish will just say, well, postmodern theory and any sort of deconstructionalism that's just cultural Marxism. It's just flattening of hierarchies and flattening of hierarchies of understanding. And it is, but that's a really thin view. The way that I actually think about postmodernism is this. I'm going to spoil some Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. I got a lot of flack the other day for spoiling some Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. So here's the deal. If you ain't seen Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, or you care about getting spoiled, get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. It's gonna take me a couple minutes to spoil this, but I'm gonna spoil it really quick. So here's the idea. Alchemy is the whole art, right? That's what Ed and Al figure out. Alchemy is the whole art. It's deconstruction and revitalization, like reconstruction. Deconstruction, comprehension, reconstruction is the whole art. See ya later. Come back in a minute or two. Deconstruction, comprehension, reconstruction is the whole art of understanding in the world. It's the whole thing that you do as an alchemist. What Scar has is only deconstruction, right? It's in his arm, it's tattooed, and it's only half, right? It's only part, and it's only deconstruction. And so he uses it only to destroy. And, well, there's reconstruction alone too, but it doesn't really exist in the world because reconstruction alone is you have to comprehend first. So Scar just destroys without comprehending is what he does. He goes around destroying social structures and systems without comprehending. And that's what happens when you embody postmodern theology / ideology. Because it's an ideology. It's only partial. It's a fraction of the whole. It's not the whole thing. The whole thing is deconstruct, comprehend, reconstruct. And so you miss the comprehend and the reconstruct, which is really unfortunate. So what I think is, I think you should know about postmodernism, and I think you should read some of the core articles and essays and writings by Derrida and Foucault, and the way that these things function. And you should understand that there are, like, whenever you put a genre classification on something, for example, you fail to actually identify it effectively. And whenever you put alchemy as a hermeneutical science, okay, but alchemy in alchemy in the show in Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood is different from alchemy, as in like attempting to turn gold or lead into gold. As long as you understand that, then we're set. Bia says. I still don't understand what cultural Marxism is supposed to mean. You did ask that or say that. Neither do I really. In part, it's just a buzzword. In part, it's just a buzzword. Do you know what's the difference between modernism and postmodernism? No. And also, postmodernism, there are multiple postmodernisms, and one of them is called metamodernism, and I like some of the ideas of that. What was your favorite philosopher prior to the 20th century? I don't know. I don't know. Although I find him very funny in terms of how wrong he is a lot. I do like Thomas Aquinas quite a bit. I find his works enjoyable to read. He's a very smart man, and his works are very intelligent and well put together. However, he's wrong about everything because he can't be right about anything. He cannot be right because of his framing. He comes at everything from the presupposition that there is a god or prime mover and tries to prove backward from there that it exists, which is just silly. It's a great depiction of how not to logic. So I really like Thomas Aquinas from that perspective, in that he's a great indication of what to do and what not to do. Conceptual brain theologians, sons of Aristotle. Well, I do like Plato quite a bit. I mean, I reference Plato on the regular, so maybe instead of saying a favorite, which is like, ooh, the one that makes you so happy, maybe we should be talking about the ones whose ideas I embody. Plato, Socrates, insofar as he is a mythological character. Have you seen The Good Place? I feel like I've read The Good Place. Is that the book with color? Is that the one where there's no color and then you get color? You're capable of seeing for real, but then you get pain as well or something? That's what I remember. I remember that tickles that in my brain. Plato, Socrates, Aristotle, all solid and effective. No. The Stoics are quite useful. No, it's the TV show. Okay, interesting. All right, fair enough. The Stoics are interesting. Aurelius, Marky Boy. I really like the Tao as well. So that's a piece of philosophy that doesn't have a specific author. And that's kind of the issue, is that in general, I find that the philosophies that don't have a specific author are far more compelling in many ways than the ones that have specific authors. And those philosophies that don't have a specific author, that have been collaborated and collated over time, and then turned into institutions and traditions, we call those religions. Right? And so I'm actually quite interested in comparative theology and religion. And I've got some grounding in it because I took all those classes, and I went to a religious institution for my lower education. Do you read much William Shakespeare? I have read most of the works of William Shakespeare. Most of them. And that's saying something, because there are a lot of them. Have you read the Tao of Physics? No, but I've read the Tao of Programming. I'm sure that the Tao of Physics is good. If you would drop the Tao of Physics in like a comment, that could be really cool. Do you read much Shakespeare? Do you like them? Yeah, I like Shakespeare. I have a joke, which is that Shakespeare wrote about 80% of the good stories of humanity, and Disney stole the other 20%. Or bought them, if you want to call it bought or stole. I don't care. And I'll bring that to bear as well. That I think some of the greatest mythologies and mythological films that we have access to are Disney films. The Lion King, Pinocchio, Beauty and the Beast, Snow White to some extent, but that's an older one and it misses some of the marks. What else? The Lion King is just fundament. The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Holy shit. Fuck, what a movie. God fucking damn, what a movie. Fire, hellfire. What non-literature book are you reading right now? The fuck does that mean, man? What the fuck does non-literature mean? Why the fuck would I read a book that isn't literature? What the fuck would that even be? I hate how Disney is turning their classics into live action. Yeah, the company is infinitely corrupted now. You mean nonfiction? Yeah, I would expect that that the meaning is nonfiction, not non-literature. Or maybe the opposite. But I think the way I took non-literature was meaning like, what book that isn't a well-known, historically significant book of great value are you reading right now? Like, what book are you reading for fun? And the answer is, why the fuck would I do that? I've only got so much time. Hell, it's hard enough to get myself to read daily anyway. And so I'm going to use that period of time to read the most dense and interesting things that I can. Non-literature, like 400 pages of The Digits of Pi. I mean, fun book. A fun book. Some philosophy or political science book or something. Yeah, Young. Carl G. Young Boy. That's what I'm reading right now, is I'm reading Young. I'm actually, I scattered my focus, and I ended up reading the first few pages of like 4 different books. And so I got scattered. So I started reading a little bit of Marx. I started reading a little bit of, I forget his name, but he's the one who wrote the book on facial expressions, which psychometrist Ed recommended to me, and it's a fascinating book, and I need to read all of it because it's going to be very useful as I continue in my struggle and striving to meet and communicate with more people. Being able to read their expressions and facial language and body language more effectively is going to be crucial. Which book by Young? It's Man and His Symbols. Man and His Symbols by Young. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to be right back. I got to go run and use the bathroom, so I'll be right back. Have you ever watched The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? I own a full copy of the omnibus version of the book, and I've read it a couple dozen times, as well as having watched it. Yes, Hitchhiker's Guide is a core and fundamental myth for the modern era of chaos. And an existentialist, absurdist insanity that I love very, very deeply. So, yes, I have seen Hitchhiker's Guide. I love it. I'll be right back. See you in a moment, folks. Gonna just put this right here. Yeah, there we go.
Followers of Kiabu, this is the voice of God. The word of today is romaine lettuce.
Ooh la la. Ooh la la. Ooh la 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 la. Hello. Monka W, at least we know God is real. Praise God. God spoke to us. Oh, I'm sure. What did you say to my people? What did you do?
Absolutely nothing.
Uh-huh.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Uh-huh. Well, I've got 20 people in chat telling me that they have witnessed something. Praise God, God spoke to us. T won't believe us. At least we know God is real and lives with T. Fuck me, man. Have you read The House of Leaves by Mark Z. Danielowski? No, but I think I've been recommended it. I think I've been recommended that before. Did they make an anime out of that? I don't think so. I do remember House of Leaves being a thing. The Brothers Karamazov is spectacular. Yeah, I have not read it, but I've read summaries of it, which doesn't quite do it, but still, you know, it's still something. That would be House of the Five Leaves by Natsume Ono. That's what I mean. What do you think of Ergo Proxy? I don't think anything about it. It's been so long since I've seen it, dude. I remember it being very dark and sad. That's all I remember. I would guess that Technolize and, fuck, I forget what it's called. Would be better versions of the same idea. Ergo Proxy has great OP and ED. Yeah, that's cool. I believe it. Alright, I can't do too much more of this because I am supposed to still go to the gym this afternoon. I'm hella off all day. As the day goes on and I wake up more, I discover where I'm actually at. Where I'm actually at for the day, and that's something. Monorail, so great. Cool. The ED is paranoid android. Uh-huh. 2020 vision? Mine? Are you asking if my vision is 2020 vision? Or just in general? What are you asking? Yes, so you're asking if my vision is 2020. No, it's better. It's the next stage up. I forget whether it's 1020 or 2010, whichever one that is. I've got excellent eyesight. Oh, reading comments from far away. Oh yeah, my screen is 3 feet away from me, and that's no sweat. No sweat. Let me put it significantly further away. Monorail so great. Ergo Proxy have an SSA. Yeah, this is easy. Like 6 feet away. No problem. No sweat. How much storage space do you have? What the fuck do you mean by storage space? What do you mean by storage space? Yeah, so that's part of the general acuity and ability to see things. Truly, the ability to see clearly is crucial. It is really interesting. On PC, I don't know. How much storage space does one reaction video take? Depends. I do very bloated recordings so that I get the least compressed files that I can before I upload them, before I render them, because you lose compression in rendering, and then relatively uncompressed files. So when I render out after editing, I render out files that are about 10k kbps. So they're about 10 megabits per second of file size, which is so the average reaction ends up being like 10 gigabytes, 20 gigabytes, somewhere in there. That's what I actually upload to YouTube. But the stage in the process before that, they're significantly larger. As far as overall storage space, I've got a relatively small NVMe SSD, a couple of terabytes of other SSD storage, a few hundred gigabytes of solid-state storage, and then I most recently purchased a 14 terabyte WD Red drive as the start of the beginnings of my DAS NAS setup, my main storage setup that I'm going to be moving toward. And I'm going to be moving toward having a lot more storage, and so I bought the one drive so that I could put that one drive in my computer and actually use it. So I've got like 14 terabytes of free stuff. No wonder I can't find the Legend of the Galactic Heroes reactions. Just store the recordings in real media format. What? Dude, I have to store them in formats that are accessible by DaVinci Resolve. It's my core processing form. I'm not going to store them in AVC. Real Media is Real Media Audio Codec AVC, right? I'm not going to store them in AVC. No. Open source files, dude. Remember, anime episodes in 30 megabytes in it. Lol. Yeah, okay. Do you know any non-Japanese authors that have influenced anime? I don't know off the top of my head. I just don't know off the top of my head. Okay, I'll ask one more time before we go to other things. What, if anything, are you attempting to accomplish during Black Friday? because Black Friday today in some countries is a day when you can stretch your finances further in order to accomplish. Oh, Arthur Conan Doyle, Sherlock Holmes author. We don't have Black Friday sales. That's nice. Well, okay, but then Christmas in general, in like the holiday season, you know, when things go on sale, which they will. What are you looking for to go on sale? Mostly for my part, I'm mostly set, and so what I'm looking for are presents, actually, to purchase for other people. I've got a list. Absolutely nothing, since I live a minimalist lifestyle and we don't exchange Christmas gifts. Very well. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, so I'm trying to get a keyboard for the child, computer, or a music keyboard for the child. I want to get some coffee brewing stuff for my roommate landlord. And I've got a couple other things for a couple of other people that I want to get picked up and gotten for them. We shall see. We shall see. How old is the child? He's going on 3. He'll be 3 in a few days. He's quite young, so I want to get me. But he's demonstrated an acuity or a capacity for music and rhythm. He likes dancing. He likes music. Xylophone needed. That's true. That's true. That's very true. I might be more worthwhile to get him a xylophone. But the thing about the piano is that it's got a bunch of built-in tools for teaching that are going to be more effective than anyone else around him. And so I think it's probably worthwhile, but I don't know. Regardless, get him a harp. Yeah, just a complicated instrument. That'll do. No, keyboard is the start. A keyboard is the start. And it'll be useful for everyone around, because when I get it, I'll get a relatively high quality one, and we'll he and his whole family will be able to play around with it, and I think they'll really enjoy that. And then a coffee brewer sort of thing for one roommate, and then it's a couple of other things that I've got thought out that I'm not going to mention, partly because one of them can hear us. I notice you are avoiding a drum set. I wonder why. Yes, indeed. Why would I ever avoid the drum set? Why would I do that with a 3-year-old? Why? What reason could I have for not wanting a drum set in the house owned by a 3-year-old? Maybe I don't want his grandmother to murder me, because I'd rather his grandmother doesn't murder me. Leaving kids to their own devices with a piano is a good way to expose them to music. Absolutely. We could listen to him on your streams and see him improving. Not a chance. I'm going to avoid putting him anywhere near my media at any point, because it's dangerous. Because it's genuinely dangerous. You know, imagine that you were doxxed by the time you were 3. I mean, really, think about that. Imagine you were doxxed by the time you were 3. We could listen on your streams and see him improving. I mean, with drums, hear through the walls. You're right. You would hear it. You would hear it everywhere. To the window, to the wall, to the wall. Shut the fuck up, kid! Stop playing the fucking drums, God! Try to fucking sleep, jeez! Good, small people shouldn't be on live streams. I agree. It's non-consensual exploitation. It shouldn't be. Okay. This has been fun. I actually really like doing this outside. What if he's cracked at drums, though? Well, business, if he's cracked at drums, we'll find out, because he'll play enough piano to learn enough music that eventually he'll end up picking up the drums at some point. Like, I'm not worried about it. It's just as long as he gets music into his brain at the time when his brain is plastic enough to learn all of the music stuff and to understand that he likes it, that's it. Job done, right? Like, job done. School will take over for him. You know, like they'll do their thing and it'll fuck him up all sorts of ways. But what I can accomplish is to sacrifice a small amount of currency to give a child exposure to music, to music and art, and that's what I'm gonna do. So I mean, I'm capable of doing it, and I realized that I could do it, and so I'm doing it. Our primary school made everyone learn recorder. Most do, as far as I know. Although, in the Americas, the the America. In the United States, our music and art programs are like gone. They've been sucked dry out of the education institution by the corrupting forces of I would call it like capitalist parasitism of the government, because it's not capitalism itself, nor is it the government itself. It's capitalist parasitism. It's when the one thing and the other thing are too intertwined. So our education system has been sucked dry of the arts in a lot of ways, and so we might not ever get taught the recorder. And so it's doubly, triply, quadruply important to put in there. Do you play any instrument? No, but I have played guitar and piano and the recorder, which I learned in school as well. If you could learn a new instrument, what would you pick? I think I would just go back to guitar. I wouldn't want to learn a new one. I would want to go back to guitar. Yeah. It would also be very fun to learn some of the drums and percussion stuff, because I do have some of that innate rhythm in me, and I haven't fully explored it. So that would probably be good too. In any case, I think I'm gonna start moving toward calling this live stream over, and ending here. Again, this has been really fun, and I enjoyed bringing it outside. I'd like to do this in the future more, weather allowing. There are some problems with the way that the chat works and stuff, and maybe I can fix some of those with just some more information. How did you learn the guitar? My dad played the guitar, and that's how I didn't learn the guitar, because he wasn't a very good teacher, but he was a very good guitar player. The answer to how to learn the guitar is to go take lessons. I think that the same is true for most instruments. You need to have a real intuitive sense of music before taking lessons isn't the way to go. I think lessons are the way to go. A hike stream would be fun for you, not for me. I fucking hate hiking. That's a joke. I don't hate hiking, but I'm not going to go hiking on a live stream. Sounds awful. Sounds awful in every way. And also, streaming via not Wi-Fi is not a possibility. Is a no-go. No chansu. Anyway, this is a very fun. Hi, cat. Hello, cat. Workout stream. Yeah, that I could do. I could bring just the camera to the gym and stream the whole thing. The issue really is wireless. Yeah, in Turkish education, anything that is not mathematics, physics, or chemistry is seen as an unimportant and can be sacrificed in order to have more math lessons. So no hobbies related to music or art here. Right, and that'll kill people. That will literally kill people. That decision will literally, truly kill people. Our governments and industries going that direction will kill you. Killed me already. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Forcing kids away from art is wrong. It's wrong. It ruins them. It ruins our societies. Because art is what makes our societies. And attunement to art and culture are what make us, like, okay. They're what make things worthwhile, it seems. And so the incontrovertible fact that our education systems globally, broadly, are moving towards STEM and away from the arts, it's not good juju. It is not at all good juju. It's a very, very bad decision that we make at our peril and the peril of our children. Oh, Big Hawk. Hold on. Ugh. So what are we to do in a dying society? Make art and share it with kids or something. Hold on. Let me just show you this. Pow. There's the cat first off. And then up in here. Oh, come on. Fade away. Fade away. I can't even zoom, can I? Oh, I can. Okay. Very cool. And there. That is a large red-tailed hawk. And you can't see it very well, unfortunately. But it is a big hawk. Right, Athena? Right, Athena? You see the hawk? Yes, cat? Oh, jeez. You just scared the shit out of you, huh? Sorry, dude. What, you want to go inside? You want to go inside? I'll put you inside. There you go. There you go. Go on. Go on, you dingus. Go on, you dingus. What a cutie. I agree. What are we to do in a dying society? That is the question, though, Bissus. That is really the question. And well, all I can say is that's what I'm trying to figure out. day by day, every time I do one of these. What am I supposed to do in a dying society? The answer seems to be to communicate with people. The answer seems to be to improve myself in relation to that society. The answer seems to be something along the lines of saying being is good and societies are necessary, so let's figure out what's wrong with our society and fix it instead of tearing it apart. It's adding in, if we talked about before, there's the deconstruction side, and then there's the reconstruction side, and the comprehending in the middle side. It's adding more of that comprehending in the middle and more of that reconstruction into the industry. Quarantine tent in the garden for when his housemates kick him out each night. Yeah, that's what that's for. No, it's a child's tent. They were camping in the backyard. I think history has shown that we only learn the hard way. We don't only learn the hard way. We mostly learn the hard way. Well, it's gonna be a really hard way soon. Buckle up, people, because things are gonna get rougher. No, I haven't seen ReZero. It's the most recommended show on my channel. I'm very much aware of it. Okay, regardless, I'm gonna wrap this brew. Thank you all so much for coming out and saying hi. Sorry about the wibbly wobbliness at the start of the stream. I just couldn't get it running properly because I'm an idiot. Regardless, this has been very fun. Got to do some of my stretching and get my sunlight and stuff. The anime question ends the stream. Yes, it does. So I got to show some of my morning routine and things, and I think that's useful. Oh, by the way, check out the basics in the description. It's updated hugely. Also, there's a playlist on this channel now, and it's a public playlist that's like it's like the liked videos playlist, but it's a public playlist. It's called The Basics, and it's got the videos from The Basics in it. And I'll guarantee that if you watch the playlist of The Basics, they're not my videos, they're just videos that I'm recommending. If you watch those, it'll change your life in a materially valuable way. So go and check those out, please. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. It's been a blast to be out here in the sunlight and talk to all of you. I'm gonna go and chill and take a shower and see whether I record anything today. And I want to be clear about that. I don't know if I'm gonna record anything today because again, today's a day off. Culturally around me everywhere. So I might want to just chill. And I might not. But I have to go take a shower. And I have to go get some breakfast in me. So I'm going to go get those done. Peace, y'all. Love y'all. See you next time. Peace. And as always, I really do mean it.